Hey, welcome back to Live for Dead Garage. Let my mic go dead, so I'll just have to talk loud. I hope the audio works with me. I'm going to work on this orange truck. I know I shouldn't be, but I'm in a slight little panic here because I got an event I'm going to or trying to go to in a couple weeks, and I need to get it done and out of the way because it's holding up $1 in every which direction. Probably should have never even touched this thing until sometime way later on down the road, but for some reason I did, and now I'm kind of hooked. So, and hooked meaning I might have went a little overboard here on what I call polishing a turd. And I have a kit that I call the turd polishing kit, which consists of a ton of polishing stuff, a rotary polisher, a DA polisher, and some other stuff. And then one thing led to another, and I might have done one side without videoing it, but I'll save the other side for you. Anyway, and then there's a few other items that I've gotten for the truck to make the inside more pleasant, you know, for my wife, because she's going to have to ride in this thing. Like I said, things might have got out of hand. So I got the turd polishing kit out. Luckily I had a bunch of this stuff. These pads are probably junk for anything important, but for junk they work just fine. And I happen to have, this is a full bottle of this, some Meguiar's 105, and that's the heaviest cut you can get. And then as you can see on the hood here, there might be a new item or two to make the raggedy inside of the truck look a little better. So I got carpet. I bought a dash pad. I didn't realize that I didn't order this doodad until I opened that out of the box just a few minutes ago. So I ordered that too, and the little badge that says Super Cheyenne. The door pockets are already installed. Those are just there for visual purposes. And these are the saddest things I've ever bought pre-production. Not these, the ones on the door. See how these are molded plastic and they wrap over? Yeah, the other ones are sad. I got armrest. I only installed one because I can't get the screw out of that side, so we'll just leave that one on there until I have to take it out apart. New scuff plates, door seals, and I think that's it. Oh, I've got Mexican blanket or whatever. I don't know what it's called. I call it Mexican blanket. I'm going to make some Mexican blanket seat covers. Matter of fact, dang it, I may steal them out of the dually because the dually has seat covers, custom seat covers in it. I was going to patch that hole tonight, but the piece that I need goes, well, it's probably good for the scan tool, but I actually need to go up on that hump, so I don't have that piece. So what I did is I sprayed it with some fluid film, and then I've got some PR15 patch coming. I'm going to properly fix the hole up here to keep the water out, and then whatever water runs in, then this stuff here, which smells kind of bad, we'll keep it from rusting some more. I sprayed down in the channel where the weather strip goes. Clearly not the proper way to do it, but I'm kind of running out of time, and like I said, I need it out of my way. So drivability wise, I have put 47.5 miles on it since I first drove it last week. So we're really testing it. Oh, and the turd polishing thing, as you can see, it actually shined up. And it does look better on camera. So, and then I was just playing with this. This has got to be my favorite truck color ever. And it's amazing how well that just like shined up. The hood's junk. It's got rust in the middle, but I don't know. I was just playing around. Got stuff to do my wheels too. I'm not going to worry about the rust right now. We'll deal with that later. But I did do this whole side, and it actually looks better. So we'll go to the other side for a visual. You can see the hood, how flat it is. There we go. So that gives you an idea of what I'm going to start doing tonight. I'm going to put carpet in. I got another square body seat that I'm gonna snatch out of another truck. It's blue, but it's better than what I got. And I feel like the Mexican blankets, I can't remember what the falsa, I think is what they're called. It's a cloth seat, so I feel like they'll stick to it better instead of chasing it all around on this nappy vinyl seat cover deal. So I guess what I'll do is maybe just stick you in here. You know, I should probably do something with this computer, but I'm not going to do it at the moment. I'll just hang it up out of the way or work around it or something, because honestly I'd rather lay on carpet when I hide that thing in there than bare steel. So let's grab the carpet and start putting the lipstick on a pig. Thought about POR 15 and all that, but then that's just more time. But I got a full of stuff, and time is not what I got a lot of. So never in a million years would I ever thought I would have bought brown carpet. I actually had some carpet for a K5 Blazer that I bought off Marketplace, but it was black. I just couldn't bring myself to use it. So this thing is for the dimmer switch, I'm assuming. I'm not 100% sure how far up this is supposed to go. I imagine it goes pretty far up because where the pedal pad stuff is. The poor Impala still don't have that thing cut out. How much hangover do I got over there? About the same. We can probably go that way a little bit. I did at least go with dark brown carpet. That way I can possibly hide some dirt. Alright, so I got this in there. It probably needs to sit and relax and whatnot. I guess what I could do is I need to pull these interior pieces loose so I can get these door seals off, and we'll get those replaced, and maybe the carpet can kind of hang out and do whatever carpet does, and we'll just keep on keeping on. Alright, I got this passenger side in. Not the funnest thing. Also, I realized that there's a reason this carpet was $280 versus the $400 carpet. The higher up carpet has locators for all the seat bolts. That way you can put the carpet in, stick the seat bolts in, and it kind of, you know what I mean, it finds its home. I have none of that. So, you know, these weren't the easiest thing because I was trying not to drill holes. This hole lined up, this hole lined up. There's one under here where this thing goes under. Had to drill that one. It was way off, like an inch off. And then I have no idea where this one ended up, so I just went ahead and put a new hole there. I can't get this wrinkle out of this carpet. I don't know if that's part of that cheaper line of LMC stuff, but yeah. The door seal worked out pretty good. Looking back, I probably screwed up, which I could always take it off and move it. I should have put this seam way back here. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's not something I can't. I could just take it loose and then redo it. So didn't really think about that until I was putting screws in, but it is what it is. Got to find a screw for this. It was already gone. When I jump on that other side, I got to take the A pillar loose, the B pillar, and whatever else is over there. And we can stick some weather strip in. All I did was cut it with a set of like shears or whatever these are. But it's taking a little longer than I thought. Then I got busted by upper management working on my own truck. And she decided to remind me that, you know, this doesn't pay. And I said, yes, I realize that. And thankfully she didn't realize this was new carpet or new dash or anything like that. So we'll probably be good unless she watches this. So I'm gonna take this junk here off, try not to break anything, and then we'll reinstall the weather strip. All right, so I got all this stuff loose, this piece off, this piece pretty loose. Just give it a pull, be easy with it. Don't break anything. It would probably be smarter if I just removed it all. This side is a lot more crusty than the other side. So I may have to put you down. Well, I can start from this direction. I think I got all the screws out. Yep. Alright, so there goes this old junk. And I'll have to put the camera down to put the new stuff in, but I'll be sure to put my seam back here this time. And, probably wipe some of that out of there. But yeah, it would probably be better just to take that whole thing out. Anyway, I think I have another cluster. This one's got a lot of surface rust and stuff on it, which is odd. I'd like to replace that. It doesn't have to be this time around, but I would like to. The same with the headliner. Headliner's saggy. I would love to do a headliner in it too. But I'm out of funds, so maybe later. All right, let me get this weather strip in. All right, this side didn't go as bad. I can still take this doohickey here and ramrod that down in there and get a little more snug. Then again, you may not even notice if the seat's in it. I don't know. See, I kind of bent that one up a little bit. Probably should have re-drilled that hole, but it was barely off. This one lined this one lined up this one, and I had to re-drill this guy under this piece. So that looks 10,000 times better already. I think what I want to do next is I just want to lay the dash in there and I don't know, see how it seems. So let me put some tools up and a little scratch awl or a pick or whatever you want to call this thing, heat it up with a torch. You run in there, you can melt the carpet all the way, and you don't have to worry about the screw grabbing the carpet, especially if you got to drill a small hole in it, because that drill will just wrap up the fabric and you'll have a mess. tear carpet up, and then sometimes the drill actually gets stuck in there. So, Tech Tip Tuesday, I guess. So, I'm gonna set it down, pick up some stuff too, and we'll lay the dash in there and kind of see how it goes. Not a cheap improvement, but a big improvement. You know what I mean? So that looks pretty good. Hopefully you can see it in the light. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up, shut her down for tonight. I guess tomorrow I'll swipe the seat out of the parts truck and I'll make a list of what else I need to steal. Clearly some vents. Lots to do. But we'll see you tomorrow.
Competition Products, your source for hardcore engine parts for street, strip, and oval track. Our free catalog is packed with hundreds of product lines from the best-known manufacturers in the performance industry. Lowest prices guaranteed. Free shipping and handling on all orders over $149 in the continental U.S. Need expert advice? Our knowledgeable staff is just a phone call away. Competition Product, race parts sold by racers since 1970.
All right, I got to get this thing done. I've used up my allotted amount of shop time on myself. Actually, I've probably went over a day, and then I had some running around to do today. But Dirty Bob is legal. It actually has a tag on it. It's been insured. It may or may not have had a legitimate tag. I mean, I run the pull me over tag anyway. That factory tag you can't read any of. That's the 73 license plate for this truck. I think it would be nice to strip it and some way, somehow have it redone. My daughter's pretty crafty, so maybe I'll take her to the Hobby Lobby and bribe her with something and buy some paint, maybe a roll across the high part of it. Anyway, I'm gonna get this done if I keep just talking. So, got the dash set in here. I don't know, let's see, so I got my perfect interior done. This is the blue seat out of the parts truck that you didn't see. That seat's in fantastic shape. So, I realized I didn't have this piece or the vents. I do have one vent because it had a bezel in here. So I bought this from Summit. And then, me being cheap, I didn't buy the vents, which new vents would have looked absolutely great on this side, but it was about $150 for vents. And then this thing, I think the badge in this piece was around 130 bucks, a little high. So I'm gonna pull the dash back out and install this in the vents. And then I didn't get the clips to hold the dash down because when I seen the thing on Summit, it said 81 to 87, and I was like, well, maybe this one don't take them. It's been a while since I had a dash out. Lo and behold, I needed clips. The clips I took off the junk truck dash were slightly junk, so I kept the clips off the good truck dash. And so the blue truck had a dash cap on it, so I stuck it back in the box, and I kept the clips off that one last night, and I don't know what I did with the clips. I remember stacking them up, but I don't know what I did with them. Unless I put them. I'll find them, and I guess I'll just reuse those kind of crusty ones. But either way, they're not too bad off. This one was pretty eat up, but 4 should hold it, right? Maybe. Anyway, so I'm gonna pull that dash out and we'll install the vents, the bezel doohickey, and those clips. All right, so this thing fits about as good as I guess most reproduction stuff fits together. So, and then looking back, I wish I had just bought new vents, since we're lipsticking the heck out of this pig here. That's a good sign. Well, might be in a pickle. the stud ain't long enough for the nut to grab. Alright, so let me back up. I'm going to take the middle loose. I'm going to install the vent, or try. That's lovely. Ain't long enough, or the nut's too deep, or something. I got some originals. Wonder if they'll work. All right, so I found the clips I said I couldn't find. I put those right there where I left them. With the nuts, the original nuts are on that dash. This 75 dash, it's actually like an aluminum stud, and it's way longer. That was close. Glad it ain't painted. Oh, those won't reach either. This light caused me to say 4-letter words. All right, let me see if I can figure out what's going on with this, and get back to you. If the vents stay intact when I install it, I'll be impressed. So I end up having to put these two nuts on upside down and using a wrench and some pliers. I also wrote myself a note there, or the next guy a note. That way he didn't think I was an idiot. Just wasn't any room. That's the factory nuts for those, and then I used the bigger 10 millimeters. And this stuff didn't tighten up. It's plastic. For what it cost, it should tighten up. But it didn't. And I should probably take this ductwork out because it'll be in the way. Hopefully I can get this thing in there and it won't be. Hopefully I get it in here and it stays together. That's the problem. You know, smart me would remove those A-pillar before they get broke. But it came out of there. A gamble we will go. But I also wasn't trying to wring all this other crap. Got a hump right here. I really don't like that. It bothers the crap out of me. But I guess it'll have to do. It looks like possibly it might have stayed together. Maybe it did. It's probably what I get for buying from Summit. Restoration parts, that is. But, you know, it's probably the same old junk everybody else has. So you got these 4 screws along the bottom. The clip holes are fairly big, so fairly big in the dash. You can ring those pretty easy. These aren't the right screws, but I like these screws for this. Still have to go get some floor mats. Made an attempt at that today and struck out. Guess I'll try Riley's or one of the $47 Generals we have in town. Got a feeling that brown floor mats probably isn't a hot commodity. They made it to be real gentle with them. It doesn't fit well, but what do you do? So that looks much better. I would really like to figure out why the heck, you know, and I probably should have did that when I had the dash out. I'd like to know why the heck my gauge cluster lights don't work. So I think I'm gonna mess with that for a minute. I did actually get tail lights and brake lights and turn signals. The truck has turn signals. I actually have a toy with turn signals. That's new for me. It mostly has 2 headlights on each side, or a high beam and a low beam. This one over here gets a little lazy. You gotta smack it around. I still gotta cut the carpet for the dimmer, but you know, I've been doing that on the Impala for about 4 years now, so. Yeah, I think I'm gonna jump on the dash lights, and then the last thing we're gonna do is lipstick this pig on the outside, and I'm gonna buff that driver's side, and probably wear the camera and hit the high speed and play some music, and we'll watch me do it in 2 minutes, and it'll actually take me till probably midnight. So let me try to figure out these lights, because I would really like to see those things work. All right, it's in there. It's I guess when you buy mediocre crap and you're used to OEM crap, the OEM crap isn't so much as crap as the mediocre crap. I mean, I don't know what I'm expecting. The truck kind of looks like whodunit, so the bezel's in. If you or anybody you know has a burnt orange metallic lower dash cover thing, I don't know the official name of that, you think I should, or you think I would love to purchase that instead of this Hugger orange one. I had a fiasco with my lights. My headlight switch was, well, I broke it, the original one, and this was an American Auto wire from my 55 kit, so now I'm short a headlight switch. Well, the layout or something was different, and I couldn't use the factory knob, and then I ended up pushing the thing back in there, and that was a problem. So now I have this goofy looking billet knob on everything. Well, I better not do that, because I'll probably pop a fuse. I can't really tell. I can, sorta. You probably can't at all, but there's some light coming on in there, not a whole lot. Oh, this is neat. That floor light right there, well, that door over there is open, but the door switches actually work. I was laying in the floor doing something, and I was playing around with the bulb, and I looked at it, and I'm like, well, it looks good. So I was like, well, I'll just stick it back in here, check it later. I stuck it back in there, started working, but I can't get that guy to work. So I haven't checked it with it, and honestly, I have not checked it with a test light. So somewhere in there, I've got a radio. Don't be looking at my computer mess back in there at the moment. I'll address that later. Somewhere in there, I've got a radio delete plate. I could put on that and hide all that. But the parts truck had a knob stereo with the CB built into it, and I was like, oh, cool, that'd be neat to put in there. But I guess since it's not strapped at the back, that thing is so heavy and so long, it had actually busted the dash. The steel on the dash where the knobs go through, and it was dangling. So I'm just gonna leave that hole where it's at. Big dreams include a retro sound stereo with the Bluetooth and preamps, and maybe an 8-inch kicker solo barrack behind the seat or something, or it'll probably get a JBL speaker, more than likely. But anyway, I think, oh, and I put my dimmer switch bezel thing in. I've still not done that on the Impala. It's only been about 4 years. I'm apparently neglecting my own car. Okay, let me back up and punt, or I guess I should have already said this. The practices on my own stuff are probably significantly different than what I do with these other stuff, the stuff that doesn't belong to me, simply because when I'm working on my own garbage, I'm in such a hurry that I just have to rush and get it done, or I just don't do some things, which is good because I get to drive it, but it makes me worry that somebody might see something that I've not finished, and they're like, I bet that's how that guy does business. So it kind of bothers me, but I get to working on my own stuff down here, and I start feeling guilty because I'm working on my stuff. But I have been trying to put this truck back together for a year or so. So after today, or after tonight, it's going to be a week or so before I can button up anything else on it. And that's just how it's going to have to be. So I'm going to quickly jump on this side over here, and we're going to buff this thing as hit a lick as good enough as it'll possibly good enough, and we'll call it there. So let me get my polishing kit out. All right, in no way should you probably duplicate the steps that I'm about to do, but I feel like this thing can't be hurt, so this is how I'm going to go about doing it. I already realize I've screwed up because I left crap on the hood, and the hood needs to come up. But there's probably going to be a detailer or buff guy out there that's going to go full tilt Hank Hill and watching me do this, but I'm sorry. All right, so I'm just going to start in one small spot. I'm just going to slow this guy down. I had somewhere to hang this, but I don't. And it already looks better. So, and I'm trying not to burn through this gold or orange or whatever it's supposed to be. Copper, burnt orange metallic, ain't that what I called it? This stuff's thick. It's a little old. But this section here I'll get with the DeWalt or the little Milwaukee. I'll do the top of the fender and then do the center. You see what I'm saying? But you kind of want this pad like kind of coated. It would probably be a good idea to put a little water on it at first, then sling the water out, then put the sauce on it. But I polish turds. I don't polish nice stuff, so. You could wet sand it and all that mess, but I ain't doing that. Apparently this blue is from when I did my kid's truck. So that means this pad is probably 7 or 8 years old. When I get a little bit caught up, I'd like to go back over it real good. Take my time and do it. Since the truck's at the level it's at, I'm gonna do this section here all the way down, and probably do the top half with the little Milwaukee one. And then as I need, I'll lift the truck up. It's a little dark over here versus the middle of the shop, but you get the idea. All right, I'm calling it right there. I've kind of had enough. It's one of them things where I always think I want to start, and then I start, and I'm like, why did I ever do this? I don't have enough towels. These pads are old. I've probably got McGuire's all over me because I was squeezing the bottle and it broke, and then it barfed all over me. So I could feel it raining down on me. Who knows where this stuff's at? It's probably everywhere in here. But that'll do it for now. I mean, you can see in the reflection, it actually probably looks better on camera than it does in person because it's kind of, I don't know if it's, I just didn't do it good or if it needs a bath now. because I have dirty towels, but still got to do up around the cab and all that, but and maybe around the back of the cab. I don't know. It looks better. Sometimes it's kind of fun. And David Freiberger was absolutely right. Beaters are, in fact, that's a big frog or a toad. Where did he come from? I actually thought it was dog poop. But, yeah. Anyway, that's weird. But, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Freiberger was right. Beaters are, in fact, better. So, there will be more to come on this truck. I've got some underneath stuff I need to take care of, and I figure I'll share with you. A little this, a little that. Still have to have the inner fender wells. I'd like to tint the windows. That would probably be a fun disaster to watch because I'm terrible at it. I'm too cheap to pay somebody, so that's where we're at on that. Small upgrades like bumper and who knows what, and we got some trips coming. So that'll do it for now. Thanks for watching Left 4 Dead Garage. We'll see you on the next one.